What's up, y'all? It's Prince Donnell, the pastor of business, and you are officially listening to $1 Million Life Lessons, where I drop $1 million gems each episode, and it's your job to pick them up. And of course, I'm here with my partner, the man with the cam.
Ron Van Dam, aka the storyteller.
Absolutely. And I also got the Sprinkle of Jesus boot campers here as well. They came in for the weekend where we're going to be teaching them how to pretty much build their businesses from back to front, marketing, social media. They spend a weekend with myself, Dana, and the rest of the team, and we really go deep into entrepreneurship. So if you're an entrepreneur and you have some type of business or you want to start a business but you don't know where to begin, you could definitely come to the Sprinkle of Jesus boot camp. You can give us a call to see if one of our dates are available. We're like sold out for the next couple of months, but call 718-892-0760 and click 1 for Sprinkle of Jesus, and they will let you know what boot camp dates are available to have you come in so we could do an intense training. So outside of that, what's good, bro? What's going on?
Nothing much. Feel like we got to pick off on a lot of stuff that we didn't get last podcast, because we only touched on a little New York trip, but we ain't even go deep into the whole thing. Because after New York, we went to Vegas. We didn't even say nothing about Vegas.
I really didn't have nothing to say about Vegas, to be honest with you. I thought it was a good experience. We went to Tony to Close's event, the real estate event. It was nice. Like the MGM Grand, having an event there is crazy. I can't wait to Jumper Jack Tax have an event there for sure. We're gonna fill out the whole room, But I think it's gonna be great. I thought the event was cool. Dana killed it, of course.
Yeah.
As the keynote. But I really don't got nothing to say about Vegas too much. I know you had something to say about when we were out in Vegas. They had dropped that video about social media and how the whole platform is going to change in the next coming weeks.
Oh, yeah. So we can actually start with that before we actually get into the questions that the entrepreneurs got. So I know all of you may heard that recently the CEO of Instagram is doing a new test of taking away likes from users. So you won't see the amount of likes other Instagram users get. You will only actually see your likes, but it's privately. So in conclusion, I guess he was trying to make it less pressure, make it less than a competition for the younger crowd on Instagram, because a lot of I think I say 24 and under, if I'm not mistaken, actually did write it down, 320 million people 24 and under use Instagram. Mm-hmm. So he doesn't want a lot of competition on there. He feel like it affects self-esteem, and it affects people's education, because kids are on their phone, and when they're on their phone, they're on social platforms like Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. But a lot of other people had different opinions on that.
I do too.
Especially influencers.
Yeah. Because
a lot of influencers get paid basically off of the amount of likes that they do get when they're collaborating with brands. So, Instagram influencer can leverage, hey, yo, I got like 400,000 likes on this last post I just put up for this brand. If you pay me,
I need $5,000.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if they take that away, how are you going to prove that data that Instagram is allowing you even to see? How does that brand know? Or they can easily just pay Instagram. And Instagram like, oh, yeah, for sure. I guess you join on everybody's timeline. You don't know if this influencer is getting on everybody's timeline, but I can definitely get it. And I was just thinking from Instagram's point of view, you just got this guy sitting in this room that just had a big party, and everybody is exchanging money back and forth with each other, but no one's giving the guy who owns the crib any money. He's just sitting there watching everybody make money but himself.
Exactly. So here's my thing about it. First, let's start here. Instagram makes money through advertisement.
Correct.
They're an advertisement platform for those who may not know. That's the reason why it doesn't cost money for you to create an account, because you as the end user is not actually the customer. The real customer is the business owners, the corporations who need access to eyeballs. So by Instagram getting billions of people on their platform, they now leverage those billions of people for advertisement dollars where they make billions of dollars, right?
Yeah.
So with that being said, what ends up happening is when an influencer is now getting a certain amount of likes and they're going direct to the corporation as opposed to the corporation coming through Instagram to pay Instagram to push out the ads, they're now losing money.
Yep.
Right? So it's not about, oh, we're trying to help people with self-esteem. That's cute. But he said that in more of a political way to make it so he didn't have to say, no, I want y'all money.
Yeah.
What corporation cares about people's emotions? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you really look at it, no corporation cares about emotions. They care about profitability, and it's not good for profit by allowing influencers to continue to make millions of dollars off of their platform and they're not making any. Honestly, think about it. How many times do you really use that boost button to get your brand out in front of people? I've never used that boost button before, and it hasn't hindered me at all. I just go directly to the influencers and I pay them to promote my brand. I do it. I don't go through Instagram because I don't even know what that boost button does or if it even reaches out to the people that I want to reach it out to. I don't know. I'm not educated enough in it. I go directly to the influencer that I know has the target market that I'm looking for. I pay them because even then it's even much cheaper for them. Think like an influencer that has about 400,000 followers right now, they'll only charge me $80 to be able to put a post out on their page. For me to reach 400,000 people through Instagram, it might cost me a bit more. And I'm kind of not knowing exactly where it's going.
Yeah. Are you even reaching those 400,000
Do you
people?
get what I'm saying? So for me, I know exactly where it's going when I reach the influencer, and that's why Instagram is upset, which rightfully so. But that's really not even my angle towards where I want to go with this. Me personally, I could care less about my followers being gone. I'm not my followers, I'm sorry. Me personally, I could care less about my likes being gone because likes aren't what get me paid. Why? Because I have my own platform. And I told people this many times over that when you're in somebody else's house, you're subject to their rules, meaning that when your business does not have a home, it's homeless. So since you own a business on Instagram and that was the biggest way that you were making money, and you now haven't begun transferring all of your followers over to your own platform so you can continue to communicate with them, you're now in a losing. You lost now. Here's the thing. Here's why one who has 400,000 followers on social media and one who has 400,000 downloads on their mobile application, why the one with the app always is going to win. The reason why is because, again, Instagram could always change their algorithms, which they've already done first. They could remove remove the likes, which they're doing that, and then next thing you know, they could limit people's comments. You don't know what they end up doing, and that plays around with your money because the advertiser doesn't know exactly what they're going to receive. So now you're screwed. But imagine now if you had your own app and you had all of the exact data of how many people you have downloaded from their demographics, their age groups, and you have a push notification that can hit everybody's phone, and you could prove that. And you could put them on a slider on your app to where they're always running an ad on your app every time somebody utilizes it.
You got full control.
You got full control. And that's all that I'm trying to explain to people. Like people say, well, social media is a great avenue. Yes, it is. Don't get me wrong. But and a lot of people are like, well, everybody's not going to download an app. Well, last I checked, Starbucks created their own app and you downloaded it. Macy's created their own app and you downloaded it. Fridays created their own app and you downloaded it. Geico created their own app and you downloaded it. Amazon created their own app and downloaded it. Jumpin' Jack Tax created their own app and downloaded it. All you need is a marketing strategy around how people are going to download your app. People aren't downloading apps just because they need the service. They're downloading it because they like the individual. When you become a likable person, they're going to download your app. You are the marketing. But the thing is, as an influencer, once you reach a certain level to where you got a wave going, like every influencer goes through a wave, right? Even you, as you're building up your social media following right now, if you're listening to this, you're going to experience a wave one time where you might gain a couple hundred followers here or there. But around that time when you got everybody's attention, where are you sending them? And the biggest issue with a lot of influencers is that they're not collecting money from anything. They're not asking the everyday person for money for exchange for their product or service because they're not selling anything. And number two, they're not pushing them nowhere. You're leaving them on social media, although you have all the attention right now. If you got all of the attention, do you know if you just walk that way, everybody will follow you? But you leaving it on social media, and then once all the attention dies down, what happens to you? And that's why a lot of YouTubers a lot of Instagrammers and Facebookers that are really hot right now, they're going to run into serious issue when social media starts to die down and they're not getting the traffic that they want anymore. They're going to go into a serious issue. They already been buying houses, cars with the income that they're making from social media. But man, they don't got a platform where they're making consistent income on a monthly basis that they can control. They got big problems.
Yeah, and I also was thinking, like, how can we even tell what goes viral? You know what I mean? You won't be able to tell what goes viral unless you actually talk to one of your friends and ask them if they've seen it. Other than that, the likes has usually told us what went viral, or the views that the video got told us what went viral. Like, yo, this person had to see that because everybody didn't see it. You know what I mean? Now you just don't even know.
But hey, I don't really care too much about that because at the end of the day, I create a lot of very consistent content. And me, you shouldn't care about likes when your content is very consistent and you care more about your community over the amount of likes that you're getting. I care more about just reaching one person. I know guarantee one person is going to see it. If I could change their life and they turn into a customer or they turn into a Jumpin' Jack Tax partner, they get their taxes done by Jumpin' Jack Tax, I won. Because I'm actually offering tangible services. I actually have something to offer. But yeah, likes is going to be a big problem with those who don't have nothing to offer, and all that they were offering was their likeness.
True. So now people are forced to migrate. Those people that do want likes, I guess you would say. So now you're forced to migrate to the number one social media platform in the world, which is Facebook, which Facebook does own Instagram, by the way. So now, either way, it's a win-win for both of the
Yeah,
companies.
they're just ping ponging you back and forth right now to make sure that you're utilizing both platforms. But me personally, social media is just a commercial space for me, and that commercial space is just driving them back exactly where I want them to go. You know what that's like? It's like by staying on social media and not having your own platform, it's like running a commercial on TV with no phone number. Oh, you saw my commercial, but okay, how do I get in contact with you? How do I reach you? How do I pay you? That's basically what you're doing if you run a business on social media and don't got them going nowhere. Oh, DM me to place an order. What? You need to have a platform, bro.
Definitely.
Get them to your platform, place you can control. And the only reason why I say the website is not the best, and I did a video that said websites suck, and a lot of people were like, "No, websites don't suck, bro. What you talking about?" Well, I might have probably over embellished a little bit, but my point still stands: is that if you're pushing people to your website, don't get me wrong, that's cool because websites are universal. But here's the thing about websites: is that when they come to your website and they leave, you of course can advertise back to that person again through Google Analytics. But if somebody downloads my app one time, I don't gotta pay for that person again. I can speak to them at any given time with no overhead necessary. I don't gotta pay for ads. So I'd rather take the long-term approach of trying to get people to download my app little by little by through me offering so much quality content that makes them want to download my app, and then I'm going to be able to talk to them at any given time as opposed to just trying to get people to my website and then I got to turn around and pay for Google ads in order to reach back out to them to get them to buy. It don't make sense to me. I'd rather take the long-term approach.
So what do you think is next? What's the next big change? Where are you forecasting these social media platforms going since they're taking away likes? There's always a next big move that these guys already done talked about that's probably not going to happen until like another 5-10 years. What do you think they're going after this?
I have no idea. Nor do I care. Me personally, whatever platform it is, I'm going to utilize that platform as a commercial space to get the eyeballs. When I get the eyeballs, I'm going to sell them something that is of quality that they need, and I'm going to generate revenue from it. Whatever they do with the platform, they got nothing to do with me.
Because you got your own.
Because I got my own.
All right. So we're actually going to move on. One of the entrepreneurs here actually said it's a topic that we should talk about that I feel like that it is important, which is when it comes to health and entrepreneurship. How do you work so hard and stay so healthy at the same time since you're so busy actually worried about work, worried about partners, closing deals? there's always that time where you always need for yourself because you got to keep your body intact, make sure you're healthy, make sure everything's running right, and then you also go, you're married, so you got to worry about your wife's health too. That's just a big part of entrepreneurship. So how do you actually balance the two of being healthy and being a healthy entrepreneur?
Well, I think there's 3 levels to health. Of course, you got mental health, physical health, and spiritual health, right? Now, to start with mental health, I think mental health ties into your relationship, right? For me, my mental health starts with my marriage because obviously since me and my wife are running our businesses together, we bounce off of each other mentally all day long. So we remain mentally stimulated. So I would say more so for me as a relationship wise, I don't got to worry about a relationship health because we are on the same page and we're equally yoked in what we do. It's very challenging, and it could be it could be very strenuous on an entrepreneur who's so passionate about what they do, but when they go home, they got to fight with the spouse who does not agree with the business or the lifestyle that they have. That is mentally stressing. And I would hope that I was never in a situation like that ever in my life. So that's why I personally agree with the premise that the person that you are dating or marrying must be an entrepreneur, or they have to 100% agree with your lifestyle.
True.
If they don't, you're in big trouble mentally.
Yeah.
Because I can't keep fighting 2 battles. I can't do that. I'm already fighting to grow a big company, and now I got to fight with the person in my house too. That could cause some mental stress. So for me, it's easier for me to have lots of to be very clear mentally because I have my wife that's right next to me, and we love what we do so much, and we bounce so much ideas off of each other that it's not actually stressful when I love what I do. And I love everything around me. So I think as an entrepreneur, to be mentally free, you got to love everything around you. If it's something around me that I dislike or I don't agree with, then we can't do business together. That's why I was actually sitting down early this morning, and I said to myself, I could never do business with somebody that I don't agree with when it comes to their lifestyle, when it comes to their spirituality, their relationship. If it's things that I don't agree with, it's already going to become mental stress because I got to go back and forth with that person about, maybe we should do it that way or this way because we just not on the same page.
Gotcha.
So if we're not on the same page, then it's going to cause stress. So I'm good. I only do business with people that I can agree with, that love me and I love them. It makes my process so much easier.
Yeah, and then with your clients also, because your partners, you have long-term relationships with everybody that spends money with you. Basically,
Yes.
Once they spend money with you, most likely they're going to spend money with you again. They're not really going anywhere. You make sure that their relationship is still intact. So I kind of see that's why you really feel that way.
And one of the things I do to help my mental space as well is I invest a lot of time into culture. If you want to protect your mental space, you better invest so much into the culture to get people to agree with what you agree with and align themselves with how you operate your life.
Yeah.
So even with Jumpin' Jack Tax Partners, the reason why it's not a stress me that I have over 500 partners that I'm taking care of and making sure that the businesses ran successfully is because every Tuesday and Thursday I had a training teaching them how the culture of Jumpin' Jack Tax should be. Of being kind, of making sure that we're one team, one dream, and that we're only as strong as our weakest partner, and that we need to take care of each other, that we got to operate as a team. So much so that now the partners are pretty much speaking on my behalf. So it made my process so much easier that now I'm kind of stress-free.
Where you at now?
What, partners-wise?
Yeah.
Then we got over 550 partners across the
550?
country. But it's because of culture that I'm mentally free. So I think everybody needs to focus on that if you want to be a business owner. Making sure that the culture in your family is straight. Making sure that the culture in your business is straight. Make sure that the culture of your spirituality is straight. All of that.
Gotcha.
If not, then leave it alone. The next piece to that is
mental. So
physical health,
Yeah.
right? Your physical health, of course, I think as an entrepreneur, you got to invest some type of time of making sure that you're running or going to the gym. Why that's super important is because there are scientific connections between one who works out right before they actually start running, like going through their business operations. It stimulates your mind. So I think every entrepreneur should definitely invest some time running if you can. I wake up at 4 a.m. every single morning. The reason I do that is because I know once 7 o'clock comes, I'm going to get busy. So I spend that time anywhere between 4 to 7, whether it be running or going to the gym to get all of that, get that taken care of. So by the time I start my meetings at 7 a.m., my mind is running at that time. I use that as a strategy, but at the same time, it helps me physically too.
Yeah, your blood's pumping,
My blood is pumping, I'm moving. I'm up before everybody else because they're dragging into the office at 7 a.m. I'm wired. So as a CEO, physical health is super important. And you should get that done early in the morning, like 5 a.m. Wake up.
What about eating habits?
Eating habits are important too. That's the reason why, for me, I stopped eating dairy. I tell everybody that because I cannot be sitting in a meeting and my stomach is just killing me. Like, you got to pay attention to your body as an entrepreneur. Like, understand that, like, yo, if it's something that your body does not agree with, get rid of it immediately. Dairy did not agree with my body. My body didn't agree with dairy. You know what I'm saying? So I got rid of it. It's out of my system now. I only eat things that agree with my body to make sure that I am comfortable and I am straight. I can think correctly and not thinking about, oh my God, my stomach hurt. I can't be creative at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
I'm trying to be strong like you.
Yo, all you gotta do is cut it out. All you gotta do is cut it out. It's all lifestyle. And then lastly, spiritual health. Spiritual health is super important. Make sure that you stay grounded. Of course, my foundation is based on Christ. Whatever your foundation is, I don't know, but just make sure that you are in the Word. And I'm a believer that in every successful CEO needs to be connected to Christ or God in some way, because He's the one that gives you the vision necessary of where the company is going to go future-wise. Me, I don't make any decisions based on the future of this company. All of that stuff is downloaded to me straight from God. It's downloaded to my system, and then from there, I know exactly what to do, and then it always works.
Following your instinct.
Always.
It's that gut feeling.
It's there, and that's the Holy Spirit that's telling you that it's the right move to make or it's not. And that's why I'm very, very slow before making a decision. Not slow in the sense of it's going to take me a week, but I don't make rash decisions like that. Me, I'd say, yo, give me 24 hours, because I know in 24 hours, God heard me. And within that 24 hours, I know I'm making a quality decision.
All right. So now we're almost halfway through that quick. So now we're going to open it up to the entrepreneurs, see if y'all got any questions we want to talk about. We got 4 of you guys here with us today. So,
yeah. So we're gonna ask some questions for everybody that's listening to the podcast, and we're about to get into some live stuff.
Yeah, so if y'all can't hear them, I'm going to repeat the question, but this mic usually picks up very well.
So I'll start piggybacking on the subject of health, and how you cut out dairy because it didn't agree with your body. Have you considered or even tried, as far as cutting out meat, knowing, or maybe you do or do not know about the toxins that's in there, how it messes with your mental, everything? Have you considered that to see possibly where that can take you to even a higher level? Is vegan an option for you?
I think you have tried it though.
But what's crazy is I actually tried being a vegan for 6 months.
Nice.
I did. For a total 6 months, I cut meat out of my diet, dairy, everything. I will say it was the most challenging lifestyle that I've ever faced.
Yeah.
When I started going back to the gym and I started lifting really heavy, of course, try to get my body right, and I was going into like bodybuilding a little bit in that sense. It was as if I was going to the gym and I just was I didn't have much energy at all. It's most likely because I didn't research enough on the different vegetables to eat to give me that energy necessary. But during that 6 months of being a vegetarian / vegan, I will say that I was waking up feeling a lot lighter, a lot more energized. My mental space was a lot clearer because there are toxins that are in your meat, steroids, all types of stuff. So trust me, I know. I'm making a conscious decision to still eat meat, although I know all of the negatives of meat. So what I say is, as a person, as long as you're making a decision knowing all of the facts, then be totally okay with that.
Right.
I know the facts behind it, and I still choose to do it anyway. But I did tell my wife that I am in the near future scaling down to pescatarian, and then I'm going to scale back down to vegetarian again because I know all of the facts. By me choosing to make that decision, knowing that it's negative, is just being foolish of me. So I definitely do believe that your body is completely different space when you're a vegetarian, for sure.
Good stuff.
What is your definition of success?
My definition of success is financial freedom. What do I mean by that? A lot of people make success be a dollar amount when really success is, to me, being able to wake up and not be stressed about my bills being paid, my car note going into and I'm me being evicted, or my car being repoed, or not being able to buy clothes for my children or put food on the table. When I get to a place to where my assets or my businesses are paying for my lifestyle, that's to me success. Everybody's not called to make millions of dollars. Everybody's not called to make billions of dollars. But all I know is if my bills are $3,000 a month and I got a business that's making me $6,000 a month and is doing it on autopilot, I'm successful. Or even if I'm working at a job, because everybody's not called to be an entrepreneur, even working at a job, if the job that I'm at is generating me enough revenue to where I'm living at my means, to where I'm not check to check, 1 week away from eviction, and I can go travel, have a good time, do what I do, live my life, and I'm perfectly okay with that, to me, that's success. I want financial freedom, not wealth. Do you feel what I'm saying? I want financial freedom. And I think everybody should chase financial freedom, whether you're an entrepreneur or working at your job. And even on that subject, working at your job, you for those that are listening, you can still have financial freedom simply because you could use the money that you make from your job to invest in different assets. Maybe you invest into the stock market and open up an investment account so you can start having some passive income coming in. Or maybe you want to start investing into real estate or properties. So now you got rental income coming in while you're still working at your job. To me, financial freedom is if I buy a multifamily building and I work a job, get a multifamily, I live all the way upstairs, and the people that are in the 2 levels below me are paying my rent. So I'm living mortgage free. That's financial freedom to me. And anybody can do that as long as they have a level of financial literacy. They understand how money moves, how it operates. Anybody in this world can experience success and financial freedom at any income level. So that's what that means to me. Yeah.
What makes you go 18 hours a day, and other people who are entrepreneurs or don't even do 8 hours a day, right? I do, but what makes you go 18 hours a day?
I'm addicted to accomplishment. I am addicted. The reason why I work 18 hours a day is because I'm addicted to accomplishment. I like the idea of walking into an interview and somebody says to me, "Hey, I heard about Jumpin' Jack Tax, the fastest growing tax company in the country. You guys got over 400 partners." And I correct them and say, "Sorry, we have 550. I like the idea of a partner calling me on the phone and saying, "Hey, Don, I just closed my first corporate account because of your training." Or, "Don, I just got 5 new clients from the Jumpin' Jack Tax app and I just made $1,500 and I've never made that before because this is my first business." I'm addicted to accomplishment. And whenever I hear that there was a level of success from an action that I placed into the world and there was it came back to me, that's why I work 18 hours a day, because I like to continue hearing that. And I know the only way I can continue hearing that is I got to put in the groundwork. For me, I'll work all day. Like, people ask me, "Yo, Don, why do you answer all of your phones and you still close deals?" Like people call me and they're like, "Hello, is this Don?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is Don." They like, "Yo, I didn't expect you to answer the phone, man. I thought I was going to get a regular salesperson." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because I just thought you were just too big for that." I'm like, "No way. I love that feeling when somebody is so surprised that I answered the phone, because it means that I'm doing something totally outside of what a normal CEO would do, right? And I'm in the trenches. And from me being in the trenches, it has helped us to grow 550 partners because they're getting a hands-on approach. Again, to me, that's an accomplishment. I'm able to go somewhere and I'm able to say, yo, I've touched almost every single one of our Jumpin' Jack Tax partners. That makes me feel good. That makes me feel good. So those that are doing 8 hours, I don't know what their MO is. I don't even know if they really want to be an entrepreneur or not, but you got to be so invested in what you do. You got to love what you do. And honestly, loving what you do is not necessarily based off of passion. I don't really agree with passion much, because I feel like passion could lead you in the wrong path, because people are passionate about stupid things. You could be passionate about VCRs, but that don't mean you're going to sell no VCRs. VCRs are outdated. You can be passionate about it in your own time, but that passion don't pay the bills. You don't understand that passion doesn't pay the bills until you get to a certain point. You got real bills going on. A lot of millennials don't understand that right now. Like, I'm a millennial, and it took me a while to understand that passion don't pay the bills. But those that listen to this are like, oh, passion does pay the bills. I do this. Okay. Until them real invoices start coming in. What really pays the bills is doing something that everybody needs. Right? Doing something everybody needs, having a need-based business. And what happens is you learn to love it once the money starts to roll in. Once money start coming in, you like, yo, I didn't know I would love this that much, because your lifestyle gets changed. So you love it so cool. You love it so much. You like, damn, I want to do this more, because I like the feeling, the result behind my actions. Right? So that's why I go 18 hours a day. I love the results. And I love accomplishments that come from it, not necessarily the money. I don't care too much about spending money. I wear the same hoodie every day. I wear the same. I had these pants for the past 3 months. I wear these all the time. I got the same sneaks on. Of course, the only thing I love is nice cars. So I get myself a nice car. But other than that, you don't see me spending money on jewelry or Rolex watches or designer clothing. I don't own a single piece of designer clothing. I don't do it for that. I do it for the accomplishments of others and for me to prove something to myself. Like, I want to write down a goal on the board, and I want to say, yo, by the end of this year, this thing is going to be overachieved. And I look myself in the mirror and say, yo, Don, I'm proud of you. That's what makes me go 18 hours a day, being proud of myself. Nobody wants to be a failure. You get what I'm saying? I'm a straight failure. You don't want to say that to yourself. It sucks being a failure, man.
So my question to you is, what level of discipline and sacrifice does it take to really reach that level of freedom? Being real transparent about it.
What level of discipline and sacrifice?
You said discipline.
Well, what level of discipline and sacrifice does it take to be able to reach that level of financial freedom, right? First and foremost, you have to switch the word discipline into lifestyle. Here's the thing, and I told this story before. I met this billionaire about a month ago. Have y'all ever heard of Sarah Blakely? Okay, so funny enough, this is a true story. Did y'all hear the story yet?
No.
Who didn't hear the story? You didn't hear the story about Sarah Blakely yet? You did hear it? Okay, so I'm at this lady's house, a billionaire Sarah Blakely. I'm at her house with her husband,
Jesse
Isler, right? And I'm talking to Jesse, and I'd say the same thing about Jesse. What type of discipline do you need to have in order to run thousands on thousands of miles that you have over the past 25 years and to sell multiple companies that over $100 million? What type of discipline? He corrected me and said, Don, no such thing as discipline, because as human beings, nobody will ever be disciplined their entire life. There are going to be stages in your life where you are depressed, you're down and out, you don't feel like getting out of bed. Everybody goes through it. You're not exempt from the rule. But let me ask you a question. When you're depressed, when you're down and out, or you don't feel good, do you stop brushing your teeth? No. When you're depressed and down and out and you don't feel good, do you stop washing up and taking showers? And do you stop eating? The reason why is because it's a part of your natural lifestyle to take a shower, to brush your teeth, to eat some food, and to just do these normal things that are ingrained in your mind to just do. You just do, right? So when you get to a place to where the actions that produce results become your just do, like, for example, if I want to run 5 miles a day, when I get to a point to where my 5 miles a day are just a doable thing, to where, like, regardless of what I'm doing, where I'm at, I drop everything at this given time and I just run the 5 miles because nothing else matters, because that's just something I do and you can't stop me from doing that. That's when I'm successful.
Yeah.
When I get to a point to where, like, no matter if it's Christmas, whatever day, but my phone rings and somebody's interested, wanting to start their tax business, and it's just so ingrained for me to answer that phone to say, yo, I can help you. What can I do for you today? And I just do. That's when success comes. It gotta be a lifestyle. It gotta be so ingrained in you, man, that, like, listen, you know how many birthday parties that I miss? You know how many Thanksgivings and Christmas that I miss with my family reunions, because my lifestyle overrid all of that. I just couldn't do it. My lifestyle kicked in and said, yo, I gotta do this first. Like, oh, before I go out, I gotta take a shower. And the same thing applies before I do anything. My business, not even my business, my lifestyle comes first. Not lifestyle in the sense of material, my lifestyle in the sense of what makes me happy. What I live and breathe to do. Right? And you got to find that place where you live and breathe what you do. It's a lifestyle. You never second guess it. And when you get to that place, that's where money no longer becomes an issue for you, because pretty much you would do anything for that lifestyle. So what that means is, even if it got you to a point where you're like, hey, I got to invest $20,000 to do this, you don't care about the money. You want to invest the $20,000 so fast because your lifestyle is dependent upon you investing that $20,000. So it's gone. You have no connection to money. You have no connection to people that are trying to hold you back from reaching your ultimate lifestyle. They're gone too. And you have no connection to any of this material, physical thing anymore. It's like, yo, lifestyle, and it's an intangible possession that you have, and you got to protect it at all costs, because you're the protector of that lifestyle. And at all costs, you make sure that it grows. It's like your baby. You make sure that it will grow. You make sure that you nurture it, and you make sure that you invest in it. Everything else outside of that don't matter. And when that billionaire told me that, I said, oh, that's why you are where you are. That's why he is where he is. Crazy thing, before we did the interview with him, his lifestyle of running is so ingrained inside of him that before we did the interview, he was running up to his house to do the interview. He had just got done a 5-mile run before the interview. He was sweating and everything when he sat down. And I'm like, damn, how many miles you ran? He said, I just ran 5 miles. I'm like, why you do this? I had to this morning. Before I do anything, I got to do that. I said, man, I thought that was a discipline dude. He said, no, I'm a lifestyle dude. Mm-hmm. I said, man, that's deep. That's the place you got to be in your life, Lifestyle over discipline. For sure. It's going to change the scope of everything. Yeah, go ahead. Shoot him.
Do you think it's important to find time to step away from the business and take a mental break, as far as like vacation, reset time?
Hey, here's what I will say. And I'll repeat it back. Do I think that there should ever be a time where you take a break from your business and go on vacation and take a mental break in order to reset? Now, I'll give you my answer, and then I'll tell you what you might find is right for your answer. My answer is that I've never taken a vacation in the past 4 years. Why? Because my vacation is my business. Again, what makes me happy is accomplishment. So there's no the mental reset for me is closing the deal. Like, I close a deal, my mental is going off at that point. I'm reset. Like, yo, I'm happy. I'm charged. If anything, once I get paid, I'm charged up. And I'm on a roll at this point. There's some days where I get on a roll. I'm closing 4 or 5 deals in a day. Man, you can't tell me nothing. A break after I just closed 5 deals. Man, listen, y'all gonna have to pull me away from the phone. I'm charged up because I just accomplished something crazy. I closed 5 deals, right? So for me, there is no mental reset when I love the business so much and now I love accomplishment so much that like, yo, it just keeps me going. That is my vacation. I'm riding high at all times. You know, that's me. So I haven't taken a break in 5 years. Now, again, there are certain people that run businesses where it may mean something to them to want to take a break and go on vacation. I'm not knocking those individuals. Now, my thing is, as long as you're taking a vacation, just make sure you're doing it for you. You know, make sure you're not taking a vacation on behalf of other people. Because a lot of people go on vacation to flex, you know, or they buy a designer or they buy this car, they do that to flex, you know, on other folks who honestly don't even really care about you for real, or they don't even know you. They just see you on social media. So as long as you're doing it for you because you know you like that, then that's cool. You work hard to do that. So I'm not telling anybody, yo, don't go on vacation, don't do nothing, be militant with it. Nah, if that's not your vibe, then we cool. If you like, for example, just like I like cars, if you like vacation, then do that. Because some people might say to me, yo, Don, well, why do you buy cars? You shouldn't be buying cars. You can invest your money in other areas and make more. And I say to them, well, I don't care about that. I just like the car. Well, it's a depreciating asset. I don't care. I like the depreciating asset. It makes me feel good. You get what I'm saying? As long as it means something to you, then spend your money however you decide you want to spend it. So if vacation means something to you, go on vacation if you got to do that. Right? But yeah, do what you love. I love it. You know, so I don't necessarily believe in the whole mental reset. I think that if you love your business and it's doing well, you'll never need a mental reset from your business. It just flows. But definitely use your money how you please and make sure that you're happy in the midst of running your business. You know, treat yourself sometimes. I'm a believer of that. Treat yourself. You know, as long as it's within means. Now, I don't tell anybody to treat themselves if they in the beginning phases of building a business and they living dollar for dollar. You don't need to treat yourself to nothing. You need to figure out how to get that business to run. Like that's crazy to me that I see people that just started businesses, but yet they still traveling and they living. I'm like, hold on, you just had a lifestyle increase. How? You should be investing every single dollar into your business right now. And even me at the space that I'm in my life, I'm still investing every single dollar because I'll be completely honest with you. $1 million is no money. Especially when you're trying to really achieve big things. Yo, just buying a building for Jumper Jack Tax cost $500,000. So now, like, picture this. You made $1 million in revenue. Out of that $1 million in revenue, you got operational expenses, which is going to cost you about $150,000, $200,000. Like, out of that $1 million, we got $200,000 in operational expenses, right? Between so many things. So that leaves us $800K. With $800K, now you got to spend $500,000 to buy a building to get it fixed up and everything. So we're down to $200,000, right? Now at that $200,000, we still got to make sure that we live. We got to make sure we eat. We got to make sure we breathe. Make sure that the rest of the family around us is taken care of. So now you got to take off another $100,000 off the top of that at minimum to make sure everybody is straight. You down to your last $100,000. Now with that last $100,000 that you down to, you got to make sure you use that for emergency purposes because God forbid something go wrong that you need to have some type of money saved up just to be able to cover for unexpected expenses. And on top of that, with that last $100,000, you're still trying to invest more at that point as well. So now you got to figure out how to invest this other $100,000 and continue to keep up by you still got to sell more to get your money back. And then on the last little $100,000 that I do collect as profit, I got to pay taxes on that money. So you think about it, $1 million is nothing when you're trying to really grow a company. It's no money. That's why you just got to be very careful about, you know, spending, expanding super fast. Like expanding is a luxury. Like people be like, yeah, man, I'm trying to get all of these employees and I'm trying to do that. I'm like, good luck. Yeah. Because yo, that is expensive. Employees is expensive. Having your own office space is expensive. Like you got to be careful when doing those things. Me personally, if you're an entrepreneur, you should be grinding so hard, and your business should be pulling so much out of you to the point to where you can't do it no more. Like, you literally just can't do it alone anymore because it's doing a disservice to your business at that point. If you doing business on your own, it's not doing you a disservice right now, because it's literally just like, yo, I'm dropping the ball because of the fact that I just can't do enough. If you haven't gotten to that point, but you went and hired somebody, you did yourself a disservice. Before we got our first person with Jumping Jack Tax, I had already closed over 200 Jumping Jack Tax partners by myself, and was handling all the customer service under 3 different names. Under 3 different names, acting as if we had like an entire team, and just sending messages like, oh, go to with that person. That was me responding. Answering all the calls, customer service, everything. All the trainings every Tuesday and Thursday. That was me, because I had to build a foundation. You had to keep as much in-house capital as I possibly could before I go to splitting that money with anybody. Right? So you gotta go all in, dollar for dollar with yourself, until you like, yo, I'm tapped out. And then you get your first person on board. And then the first person that you bring on board, they need to believe in your vision. Because that first person that you bring on board, you still can't pay them a boatload of money. So you got to make sure that person believes in the vision. And you got to have a serious conversation with them and say, yo, do you believe in this vision? Do you believe in the culture and us wanting to move forward, and understanding that right now I can't pay you a lot of money, but in the future we are going to be there. If they don't believe in that, or they don't understand that, then that's not a type of person that you even want to have on your team as one of the first founding people on your team. Because you're going to get bled out of money, and then y'all all going to be gone. So it's like, you just got to be careful when adding people to your team too. In I would even say the first 50 people that you bring on board, they got to believe in what you're doing, and be willing to take a cut for themselves to achieve a bigger vision, and if they're not, then don't add them to that team. Don't add them. They're not a good fit. So that's what I say. Any other questions that y'all have at all?
Y'all good?
Okay.
All right. So I guess we can close it out.
All right. So we good. So yeah, man. I appreciate everybody that's listening. Of course, the constant support that y'all have around the country. Just sharing the Jumpin' Jack Tax brand, sharing the $1 Million Life Lessons podcast, and just supporting me in general. I truly appreciate y'all. 2020 is almost here. It's upon us, 6 weeks away. And I can honestly say that I am very happy about my year. I'm very happy about my year. I've grown. I've achieved something extraordinary. I got amazing people around me. Yo, this was a great year. And if this was a great year, then man, what God can do for me in 2020, I don't even, listen, I'm not even ready for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is about to be crazy.
The glow up was real.
The glow up is definitely real. This was the best year of my life. I'll honestly say that. The best year of my life, man. In 2020, I already know it's going to be even a better year. I just know it. Because that's going to be our upcoming tax season, January through April. Man, it's going to be a great year. And I'm excited I'm honestly excited for all the trials and errors that are going to happen. All the things that I'm going to learn in this upcoming year from January through April. I'm going to learn so much. With over 500 partners, trust me, the phone's going to be ringing all day long. I'm just learning so much. It's going to be crazy, man. So I'm just excited. I'm thankful. And I appreciate everybody that's listening, that's been following me on this journey and been supporting, man. Y'all the real ones for that. But we about to head out of here. About to get back to work. And back to the grind, of course. So we appreciate you. Again, this is Prince Donnell, CEO of Jumpin' Jack Tax, and also the pastor of business. And I got the man with the cam,
Ron Van Dam, a.k.a. the storyteller.
And you are listening to $1 Million Life Lessons. Make sure that you're sharing on social media to all your friends and family. Appreciate y'all. We're out of here.
Yeah. Peace.
Awesome.
Let me get to talk.